Merry Christmas! Can you believe that I think, what, today's the 16th maybe, I think? So less than 10 days till Christmas, and our Christmas guests, hi Caleb and Krista, you guys are coming in less than a week, like in half a week. Insane. We'll be in London then, so the last time we talked to you, or I talked to you, I guess, both of us, for our Christmas carols, that was in Paris, and then we were talking to ourselves, wow, next week, like a week from now, our friends are going to be arriving in London. And then it was insane to think. And between now and then, we're going to be in a whole other country visiting Katrine. So I am full to the brim with my Christmas cheer because all my favorite people are near. There we go, I rhymed. Fancy. So, to the point. We are on December Vlog Challenge number 6. We're over halfway through December Vlog Challenge. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a little bit challenging, but a lot of fun. And today I thought we were just gonna take it really easy, nice and chill. I'm just gonna sit here in front of a fake fireplace that is actually just a heater that we plugged in. But I don't know if you can see a little bit of the orange glow from the fake fireplace, but Katrine's house is a little chilly by my standards. However, Ireland is very warm compared to the other places we've been, and Irish weather is rainy, but we actually had a tiny bit of sun today, and I didn't even really need a coat today on December 16th, which is insane. I ended up carrying my coat around with me quite a bit. But anyways, we did a lot of walking, saw a lot of museums, of course, because we're the Murphmans and we love museums. And it was nice just to come home this afternoon, put my feet up, sit in front of my fake fire, and chat with you guys. So I talked for too long, slash I take way too many videos normally, so my space was full on my phone and my video got cut off. But don't worry, I'm back. Where were we? Yes, I was probably in the middle of saying, so, creative gifting. That's right. That is the topic for our December vlog challenge number 6. And I don't know about you guys, but every year Tyler and I try and think of something creative to give to our families and our friends, something that's meaningful but practical. I don't know, and it has to fit the person too. It also has to fit our budget because we don't usually have a lot of extra money for gifts. We do have a gift fund as a part of our regular budget every month, and that's really fun to be able to pull from that and get people things throughout the year. But when it comes to Christmas, we have a little more than normal maybe, but about the same that we normally spend every month on gifts. So we have something to work with, but we try and be creative. The last couple of years we've been traveling in various forms, and so we're on a much lower income, if any. Right now this year we don't have any income besides our savings that we pay ourselves out a little bit every month, so it's kind of like an income, I guess, as far as how we run our budget, but I'm getting way off track here. The point is, creative gifting. You can do it for a variety of reasons, whether or not the financial restrictions are in play for you. I think it's still a really meaningful way to incorporate your own personality and the personality of the person you are gifting to into the present making or selecting process. This year for us, we are making Christmas stockings for our friends and for us. And I had a little snafu. Part of my Christmas stocking was supposed to be Swiss chocolate because it's the best in the world, and I really wanted to share it with our friends and of course have some for me too. And so I bought a bunch in Switzerland, and by a bunch I mean at least like 6 bars, and they're like long rectangular bars with like little pieces that you break off. Anyway, we forgot them all at someone's house when we were leaving the day that we left Switzerland, and it was so devastating to me, but I pulled myself together and we bought new chocolate in France, which is not even anywhere as close as good as Switzerland, obviously, but you know, sometimes things happen. but the Christmas stockings will be still the traditional Swiss Christmas stocking, even if it's not Swiss chocolate. We'll have chocolate, nuts, and oranges. Isn't that funny? Healthy though, and just really simple and sweet. So those will be our traditional stockings. We are making them a little more creative by making the stockings ourselves, which are actually more like paper bags, but they are Christmassy. They have Santas and Christmas trees on them. And I'm trying to think of some other fun and creative gifts we can do for our little family that will actually be here on the 25th. But as far as our real family members who will be all over the world on the 25th, we have something in mind that I will not tell you because I know our families will watch this, but it's something that we think is sweet and simple and a way of interacting with you instead of just sending something in the mail. I remember, I think last year or the year before, Tyler and I wrote poems for every family member and then sent them a gift card to go out for a date together, all the couples in our family. I got kind of fucking, it's a problem. I need to wrap this up here, but I also realized that I was rambling about something that wasn't a creative gift. So to give you a couple more ideas of things that we've done in the past, baking for people. I love doing Christmas baking for people, even though the cookies I bake are not very fancy, and I probably did just chocolate chip cookies for at least a few years in college, because you guys know I'm not a good cook, but I do like baking, and I think a really fun way of doing a Christmas cookie gifting is to go to a thrift store like Goodwill or somewhere similar and getting those vintage Christmas tins that are actually made of metal and obviously cleaning it out really well, maybe putting some tissue paper in there and then giving your cookies in those. I think it just makes it extra special and a little bit fancy. Last year we did not do that, but Tyler was sweet enough to go out and buy some decorative Christmas containers of some kind. I don't think they were Tupperware, but something similar to that for a cookie exchange. And I hosted that in our little Alaskan apartment, and it was a lot of fun, and some of the girls wrote to tell me that they did it again this year, and so that made me really happy to know that it happened again. It's just a fun way of, I don't know, celebrating the season and taking some time out of a busy schedule just to hang out and bake delicious cookies. I think I find new favorite Christmas cookies every time I go to a Christmas cookie exchange or host one at my house. I have a guest for you today. Hi, Katrine. Can you think of any creative gifting ideas? We're not very creative after all. Yes, homemade things. Oh goodness, as children we made so many ornaments. Really creative ornaments, yeah. I would say. And some of them actually exquisite and beautiful, you know? The Goozies, we knew how to craft. But I don't do that so much anymore. That would be creative gifting that takes a little more time and resources, not necessarily financial, but the space, the materials. I feel like when we lived in the States, in Indiana, I had literally a whole craft room. It had tons of sewing supplies, tons of paper supplies for making cards, or I didn't really scrapbook. I had intentions of scrapbooking, but I didn't scrapbook. I did make a lot of cards, like greeting cards, but now when we moved to Alaska, I actually brought quite a few things with me, which is kind of embarrassing now. I didn't need to do that because I don't use them often enough, but it was nice having them when I wanted to craft. But obviously when we brought just 2 bags, one each, to Europe, I did not bring crafting supplies. So that's not the type of creative gifting we can do this year. But yeah, that's a good one for people who live at home and can collect those kinds of craft supplies. Alright folks, I keep cutting myself off on this video, and Katrina and I can't come up with any other creative gifts besides really ridiculous ones that we would not necessarily endorse, like, you know, framing a photo of yourself and sending it to someone. I think my mom would love that, but there aren't a whole lot of other people that would go for that kind of gift. So I'm going to cut myself off purposely this time and say thank you for tuning in to our December vlog challenge, and we will be back on Saturday with another exciting installment because Saturday is when our Christmas holiday extravaganza begins in London. So looking forward to that. Merry Christmas!